Hi everyone, it's Andy, aka the Hairy Slimmer, and welcome to my week 57 roundup and weigh-in result. Hi guys, so what do we think of the new intro? Drop some comments, let me know what you think. Do you like it? Be pleased to know what you think about it. So week 57, let's get straight into it. It's been a pretty stressful week. Weight loss wasn't at the forefront of my mind, but I still managed to lose £1.5 pounds, which I'm super pleased with, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So last week I put on £1.5 pounds, so this has kind of negated that. So I'm back to where I started like last week, which was not where I started, but where I was last week, which was a total loss of 7 stone 4 pounds. So super pleased with that. £1.5 pounds, all good. So yeah, what's been going on this week? If you followed me for a long time, you will know that the tail end of last year, Lisa fell pregnant, and we went to the first scan. Unfortunately, we found out at that first scan that she'd miscarried, so that was a pretty tough time for us. And then we got a double, kind of like slap around the face around about April, when that would have been the time that we would have been expecting the new baby. So it kind of came from nowhere and gave us another punch on the chin. So recently, we found out that Lisa has fallen pregnant again, and it's kind of stressful because obviously there's all the thoughts about, what if it happens again. And I know that Lisa was really nervous and couldn't really relax, couldn't get excited about it, didn't really want to tell anybody. So we only really told a couple of family, and didn't really want to say too much about it because of the last time. So today was the first scan, and so for the last week I've just been really nervous because I know how much Lisa wants this to be okay, and it was just that feeling of, and you can't stop that gut-wrenching feeling of what if. And I just felt really bad for Lisa, and my stomach was like, what if. And we went for the scan, and literally the minute that the scan machine touched her tummy, you could see the head, so we knew there was a baby in there. And Lisa started crying, I had a little tear, and it was beautiful, because it's been playing on our minds that, those questions, what if, and to just see the picture. And the lady doing the scan was trying to get nice pictures, and she was saying, oh, the baby's a bit lively, it's moving around a bit. So we were like, cool. So yeah, so baby's fine, Lisa's fine, so now she can sit back and enjoy the pregnancy and be a bit more okay with it. Now we've seen that Evan is good. So if you saw the post on Instagram, thank you very much for all the people that gave us well wishes and said congratulations. It means a lot. And so from me and Lisa and Ollie, thank you very, very much. Ollie's super excited. We've told him that he's going to be a big brother, and he's like, wow, he loves it. So yeah, he's super excited. So yeah, so it's been a tough week up until now. So now that's done, I can relax a little bit and get back to my weight loss journey. And these things are going to happen. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is clearing out your emotional shed. And your emotional shed is, it's your mind. But if you look at your mind like a shed, and we've got lots of things in the shed that we need. We keep our lawnmower in there, and tools and garden stuff and hoses and lots of things that we need, and lots of useful things are in the shed. And and some people, they put memory boxes in there, things from when they were a kid and all that kind of stuff. And you keep it in your shed or your garage. But then there's an element of your shed or your garage, that's stuff that you really don't need, stuff that's really annoying you, and you think, oh God, I should just throw that out, but you never get round to doing it, and this stuff just over and over keeps bugging you and annoying you, and you think, oh my God. And you need to have a clear out. You can clear out a physical shed or a garage probably in an afternoon, but an emotional shed takes a little bit longer, because you really need to think about what it is. Because some of these things, like for me, some of the things that I hold on to go back to when I was bullied as a child, and things from my childhood and going through school, and 26 years of battling with my weight, 20 years of that with suffering with depression and anxiety. And I carry all this emotional baggage around, that really weighs me down and gets in my way, and it's an ongoing process for me. I have to really think about these things and how they're harming me going forward, and how I can deal with them, because some people like myself have got more than one thing to deal with. You've got things going on. You've got life. You've got you're struggling with your weight. You've got mental health issues. Some people have got other illnesses alongside. And there's lots of things going on. And I think, but there's also other things. There's things that we carry around. It could have been a job that we lost that really knocked us back, because maybe you were in a career that you really, really liked, and you were doing really, really well, and then suddenly you got fired, or you got made redundant, or the company shut down, or something went out of business. Maybe it was a really, really harsh breakup or divorce or something. There's lots of things that go on in our lives that we can carry around with us that will really knock the wind out of ourselves for a long, long time. Bereavements. There's so many things that go on, outside of just general day-to-day life that really, really do knock the wind out of you. But there's also things that aren't current. A lot of people hang on to things that go way, way back. And, sometimes to move forward, you need to open some doors that you don't want to open. Take some lids off of boxes that you really don't want to, and it's hard, it's tough. You're gonna cry, you're gonna dig up things that you would have rather left alone. But here's the thing: if you walk through the fire, if you go through the pain, if you think about it, if there's joy on the other side of the pain, then it's worth going through the pain. Because the thing is that joy and pain can't exist in the same emotional space. One has to move to make way for the other, and they can't coexist. They just cannot coexist. And you need to let go, and I'm sure none of us want to hang on to pain, so we need to release that pain to make room for the joy. And that's the emotional baggage that you need to get rid of. And it's hard, it's not difficult, it's not easy, it's difficult, and you need to just do the best you can to really think about, get a pen and a piece of paper and think about the things that really, really hold you back. Things from your past, things that have gone wrong, things that go wrong for you now. Think about the things that go on in your life now, things that have gone on in your life, things that have really affected you. It could be the loss of a loved one. When my mum passed away, I didn't realise what a huge hole that would leave. And I know that there's lots of people that go through the same thing, and sometimes we don't realise what a big gap that will leave. And it does. It leaves a huge void that we think can never be filled. But eventually you need to move that pain away to make room for the joy. And the joy in bereavement is the memories, it's the good times, it's the good things that you remember. They overtake the feelings of pain and anger and upset and hurt. The same in a relationship breakup. When it's all going on, it's the hatred, the anger, the animosity, all those things that go with a harsh, turbulent kind of breakup. But eventually that moves to one side, and joy comes in the form of a new partner, a new relationship, a new chapter, and that comes in and that takes over, and those feelings of pain go away. If you're dealing with other things as well as all this stuff, as well as mental health, like illness and stuff, if you look at everything that's going on in your life, it can sometimes seem overwhelming. That if you look at it as a big ball of wool and you just look and it's all messed up and everywhere, and you just go, oh my God, where do I start? And then we don't start, but we have to start somewhere. So just take one thing. Just take one thing. Take the illness, or take the mental health, or the depression, or the anxiety. Start with one thing, because if you just leave it, what happens? The ball just gets in a bigger mess. But if you actually start, like, how many of you have sometimes looked at your house and every room in the house is messy, and you think, oh my God, where do I get started? Pick a room. Don't think about it. Pick a room. It doesn't matter whether it's the least messy or the most messy. Pick a room. Get started. Don't look at the whole house and how messy the whole house is. Pick one room. Get that room done, move on to the next one. That's the same with when you've got a lot going on, when you've got a lot of things that are stressing you out, when you've got a lot of things that are getting in your way, that are holding you back. Pick one thing and go with it. And then when you've got some kind of control, or that's in that you're in a bit of a better place with that problem, move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Don't try and tackle one whole big mess all at once. I did that. I tried for ages to try and deal with my weight depression, everything, all at the same time. Finances, business, this, that, relationships, all this stuff, all going on all at once. And it just becomes, you know, a big mess, and it becomes harder to deal with. It becomes more overwhelming. So I was just like, you know what, let's just deal with this. Let's deal with that. So I started to lose some weight. And then as I started to lose weight, I started to look into the things that I could do to make my depression and anxiety better. Now that's working a little bit better. I can concentrate on my depression, my anxiety, and my weight at the same time, because I've kind of got my, you know, depression and anxiety in a little bit of a better place. You know, it's not where I want it to be, but it's certainly not where I was. You know, and I'm in a much better place than I was. And certainly with my weight, I'm in a much better place than I was. So I can start to deal with those things, and now I can look at some of the other things that I want to deal with. And you know, it's just about getting some things a little bit more under control. You know, and once you've got some things under control, then you can be a lot more relaxed, and you can start looking at the things that are really getting in your way. So that's what I'd urge you to think about this week, is just think about the things that are really getting in your way, that emotional baggage that you're carrying around with you, because there will be things, you know, and it's like, and sometimes, you know, you want to quit Slimming World, you know, or Weight Watchers or whatever it is you're doing because you think it's not working, but it's probably, you know, it's probably things aren't working for you. You know, and I've done that. You know, I've quit Slimming World and gone to Weight Watchers and back again and back again and back again. And the thing is, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Rosemary Conley, they're pretty much, you know, similar. There's not a lot of differences. So if Slimming World's not going to work, why is Weight Watchers going to work? Why is Rosemary Conley going to work? Because none of them are going to work. You're not going to get the results that you really want on any of those plans if you haven't worked out up here first. You know, you got to work out your mind. Your mind is the key, because once you've dropped some of that emotional baggage, you can start to reclaim some of that self-belief. Once you start to reclaim some of that self-belief and you start to get that belief in yourself that you can really do it, that's when you start to build some momentum. When you start to get some momentum, you really start to believe. So I would say, if you're struggling with Slimming World, stick with it. Sort out your mind first. Find out what it is that's getting in your way before you go, because you're going to go to do Weight Watchers or whatever it is you're going to go and do, and there's going to be a honeymoon period, and it's going to be great. You're going to lose some weight. You're going to feel awesome. You're going to say, oh, this is Weight Watchers is the best thing. Wish I'd have done this a year ago. And then a few weeks are going to go by. The honeymoon period is going to go, and you're going to be, you know, you're going to get over that initial, yeah, you know, that initial rah when you really want to do something. And you're going to get over that, and then you're going to realise that you're probably in the same position that you were 2 months ago when you were doing Slimming World. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to jump back to Slimming World. So stay put. Just stay put and work out what it is that's stopping you. You know, and this will apply whether you're doing Weight Watchers, whether you're doing Slimming World, whether you're doing Rosemary Conley, whatever it is you're doing. If you jump to another plan because you think this one isn't working, look at you first. Are you really giving it 100%? Are you doing everything that you should be doing? I've asked myself this. If you haven't seen my video, How to Stick to Slimming World, I'll link it below. Go and watch that. It's a really honest thing. It's the questions that I ask myself. Brutal questions, honest questions. You know, it's like, come on, Andy, are you messing around at this, or are you really doing it? You know, do you want to just piss ball around for the rest of your life, or do you want to get this done? And I chose get it done. And that's why now, you know, come hell or high water, you know, the bullying, the depression, the anxiety, everything, you know, I just keep pushing. I keep getting up. On the days I want to quit, on the days when I question myself, on the days when it seems like it's not worth it, on the days when I think to myself, should I go and do Weight Watchers? Because trust me, I've thought about doing that. And I've said to myself, no. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to go and do Weight Watchers. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to do Slimming World that I chose to do, and I'm going to do it 100%. There's going to be rough days. There's going to be bad days. It's not going to be easy. None of these plans are going to be easy. And I know there's going to be tough days, and I just have to keep pushing. I just have to keep pushing forward and going for it. And that's what you need to do. Clear out that emotional baggage, keep pushing forward, and do not give in. And I promise you, you will get to your goals. If I can do it, and I was the person that would give up at the flick of a dime, like that, I would give in and quit. And I'm still going. I'm still pushing. I'm still going towards where I want to be. And you can do it too. Just keep pushing and do not give in. So that's it. If you've weighed in already, please drop some comments, because I'm as interested in your journey as you are in mine. So let me know how you're getting on. Good or bad, drop some comments. We're all here to support each other, because I want to build this into the biggest support community on social media. I want to make this the biggest thing. I want you to share this with your friends. Tell them to come and watch the YouTube video. Tell them to get involved on Instagram. Come to my Facebook page. Everything now is The Hairy Slimmer. You can find me easily. Let's make this the biggest online community where people can come and get the support. This isn't about sin values. This isn't about, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is about when life is shitty, when you need a pick-me-up, when you need someone to be there and say, listen, I know what you're going through. I've been there. I want this to be the community that will give you that you can come to when you're feeling down, when you want to give in, when you want to quit, when you're on that rough day, when you think it isn't worth it. I want you to know that there's people that have been through exactly what you are going through right now. And there's people that are going through what you're going through this very second. There's someone thinking the same thing as you. They want to give in, they want to quit. They're asking themselves, is it worth it? And is it worth it? Yes, it is. It is worth it. Trust me, the pain is worth it. If you stick with it, if you keep pushing, if you run towards what it is you really want, it is so worth it. So please, spread the word with your friends. Get as many friends as you can involved. Anybody that you think that would benefit from being part of this community, whether they're thinking about joining Slimming World or Weight Watchers or whatever it is they want to do, because I don't mind what plan you do. If you're trying to do something to better your life and to change your health, I applaud you. The plan doesn't matter. Whatever it is you want to do, we will be here to support you. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. It's great that you come and spend some time with me, and I love being part of this whole community and getting something, you know, from it and giving as well. So yeah, thank you very much. Be nice to each other, people. Life is always worth living, and until I speak to you again, see ya.